How's it going, guys? This is Zach from the Why Would You Think That podcast. Today we're going to go over week 6 in the NFL is in the books. So I'm going to give you my power rankings. We had two teams fall out, or we had one team fall out of my power rankings, which consists of the top 20 teams in the NFL. So we're going to start off from 20 to 11. We're going to go over Patriots slide to 20, Broncos who beat the Patriots move up to 19, Panthers slide down to 18 after the loss to the Bears. 17 is the Colts, 16 49ers, 15 Dolphins, 14 Browns, 13 Cardinals, 12 Rams, 11 Saints. So we're just going to do a little bit of a breakdown of those teams, then we'll move into the top 10. Saints, who are on a bye week, they move up a spot due to the Colts. No, not the Colts, excuse me. The Browns losing and sliding out of the top 10. Rams lost to the 49ers, so they go from they slide out of the top 10 as well down to 12. Cardinals beat the Cowboys. They move up to 4 and 2. They slide up to 13. A little tepid on this one considering the Cardinals have played two really bad teams, or two perceived bad teams the past 2 weeks in Jets and Cowboys. Browns at 14, excuse me, lost to the Steelers, so they move out of the top 10. They got absolutely smashed by the Steelers. Just didn't look like they were on the same playing field. Dolphins get another win. They beat the Jets in a shutout, 24-0. That was impressive in my eyes. 49ers moved to 3 and 3, back against the wall. They kind of proved themselves how they can continue to compete in one of the best divisions in football. They beat the Rams. Colts, they win. Wasn't impressed with them. I'm going to move them down to 17. They fell behind 21-0 to the Bengals. Really wasn't impressed by that. They had to have a huge comeback in order to beat the Cincinnati Bengals, so they moved down a spot. Panthers lost to the Bears. I'm still going to keep them ahead of the likes of the Broncos, Patriots, Cowboys, Chargers. I do think they're extremely well coached. I think there was just kind of a really just a it was just kind of a setup loss for them. Bears at home, playing with more confidence. Nick Foles getting a little bit more confidence. That Bears defense is really starting to come alive and help carry that team a little bit. So I have the Panthers at 18, Broncos at 19. They move into the top 20 for the first time, or into the power rankings, that is, for the first time. They beat the Patriots. Should have been far more convincingly. They kicked 6 field goals. I really wasn't impressed that they weren't able to get in the end zone at all. They did win. They did look pretty impressive against a Patriots team at 20 who looked like that they hadn't practiced a whole lot due to the COVID thing with their players and their protocols going on at the New England facility. So that's from 20 to 11. Let's look at the top 10. Raiders on a bye week, so again they like the Saints move up into that up a spot due to the Browns falling out. Bills lost to the Chiefs Monday. It wasn't Monday Night Football. It was like Monday evening football. Bills didn't. Josh Allen looked absolutely horrible. The Bills have lost 2 in a row. I'm getting a little concerned considering I view the Bills as the best threat. I did view the Bills as the best threat. I kind of perceive the Titans and the Steelers to be the new threats in the AFC to the Kansas City Chiefs the way they've been playing recently. So Bills fall to 9. They continue to slide. Packers at 8. One loss, yes, does take them down a good amount in the power rankings. They lost convincingly to the Bucs. Aaron Rodgers, I thought, had an awful day at the office. Really an anomaly of the game. Threw his first pick of the season that was a pick six. Threw another pick, and that should have been a pick six as well. And that really just created a landslide effect for the game. Bucs, who beat the Packers, are up to number 7. I do like to put teams who just beat the team ahead of them. So Bucs are at 7, Packers are at 8. Bucs move to 4 and 2. A very interesting game on Sunday Night Football coming up at the Raiders. I think that would be another good litmus test for them. I did perceive the Packers and Raiders games to be difficult, but it would really prove a lot on where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at this far into the season. All right, 5th is the Ravens. Wasn't impressed with their win over the Eagles. Eagles made a little bit of a comeback in the fourth quarter, had a chance to tie the game at 30. Then their read option play really got blown up on the 2-point conversion. So I do slide the Ravens down a spot because I'm putting the Steelers and Titans. Steelers at 4, Titans at 3. They go up against each other upcoming this week. Steelers absolutely smother the Browns. Their defense got a pick 6. The Cleveland run game, who's the number 1 run game in the league, was not able to get going at all. Baker looked awful. Rib injury. or not. He does not look good. So I'm going to move the Steelers just ahead of the Ravens. I can't wait to see Steelers Titans and then Steelers Ravens down the road because those teams are really, really good. Titans move up to 3. They beat the Texans. Um, they scored 13 straight points to win the game. They scored the touchdown to send it to overtime. Then they scored the touchdown in overtime to win it. Derrick Henry has a monster game, has 200 plus yards, has another 90 plus yard touchdown run. Had the game winning touchdown in overtime where he took the snap at quarterback. It was like a quarterback power run, kind of a fake inside. Then he bounces it outside with Ferkser, the tight end, blocking. I was impressed with the Titans. Again, Titans offense is going to have to win the day for these guys, but the Titans offense is elite, and I know that doesn't roll off the tongue. But since Ryan Tannehill has come in and started for the Tennessee Titans, he is playing at an absolute elite level for the Tennessee Titans. He's tied with Patrick Mahomes for the most wins. I think it's since week 5 of last year. And he's just playing really well. Derrick Henry obviously helps that offense out a ton, but the Tennessee Titans offense is one of the more elite units in the NFL. Tennessee defense, not so much. They're going to give up a lot of points, and they're just going to outscore people. At number 2, they had a bye week. I'm not going to move them because I'm still really, really impressed with Russell Wilson. I'm going to keep the Seattle Seahawks at number 2 at 5-0. Excuse me. Um, they're gonna play the Arizona Cardinals, which I'm excited to watch after Arizona beat down the Cowboys. I'm excited to see these two quarterbacks go head to head, and Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson. I really do perceive after this week's games Russell Wilson to be the clear-cut favorite at MVP. The other challengers are pretty much Aaron Rodgers and maybe Derrick Henry or Ryan Tannehill, depending on how this all shakes out. I think those two are emerging. I do view Russell Wilson as the clear-cut favorite, and at number 1. So number 1 and 2 stay the same. Chiefs at number 1. They beat the Bills. It really was a little bit. The score was a little closer than the game would indicate. Bills' offense just wasn't able to get moving with Josh Allen's struggles. I think the Chiefs settled for a couple field goals where they had where they could have really capitalized on and scoring touchdowns. I view the Chiefs as the number 1 team in the league still, even with one loss compared to the 3 undefeated teams. I do think they would beat the Seahawks. I do think they could, and they would beat the Titans and the Steelers. So just a quick rundown from the top 10. We have 10 Raiders, 9 Bills, 8 Packers, 7 Bucs, Bears at 6, and then going into the top 5, we have Ravens, Steelers, Titans, Seahawks, Chiefs. So I'm going to post in this video description, I'm going to post last week's power rankings so you can kind of compare. I gave a little bit of a description of who fell out of the power rankings. Obviously, Bucs move into the top 10. Bills are really getting on the fringe of falling out if they keep losing. I don't think they will. I think they'll take care of business against the Jets this upcoming week. But they've lost to 2 good opponents in the past 2 weeks after starting 4-0. So those are my power rankings. I had my first comment on one of our videos from someone I didn't know, so that was very exciting for me, just being a guy who does this for fun. So if you enjoy what you're listening to, please like, subscribe if you have comments, if you disagree, if you agree, or you just want to talk about how things stand in the NFL. I'd love to talk to you in the comment section. So thank you for listening.